Yo, let me tell you about death ball play. Way before them games in the mess hall, bodies got swept off. Swept off. If somebody died, pick right to play left off. Play with hips. Can't use your feet, can't use your hands. This game's a trip. I gotta just say, if it was me back in, man, I ain't playing for shit. You lost the game, it was off your head like a ball, your head was kicked. You losing, you a dead man, it was all pre-planned, he shoots, he missed. Man, this was a crazy sport, some didn't even really wanna play, they forced some rigs so they just lose, it was mainly torture, man, it was played in every culture. Over 3,000 years ago, they be like, eat your rope, caught a body about a week ago, really must have been a crazy show, lose the game, then away you go.
A game known to be life or death was played across Mesoamerica by all cultures in the region, beginning with the Olmecs to the Aztecs. The ball game goes back 3,500 years, making it the first organized game in the history of sports. Mayans loved the game and everybody played at various times, but it also held deep religious ritual meaning as well. For that reason, it was sometimes played just as a game, with lots of gambling on the teams. At other times, the game was used as a stand-in for warfare, settling territory disputes, and to foretell the future. Captives of war were forced to play rigged games that resulted in the sacrifice when they lost. There were even some stories of the ball players playing with the heads of the losers in place of the ball. The game is played by two teams of 2 to 5 players, and they have to keep the ball in the air without using their hands or feet. They hit the ball with their upper arms, thighs, or hips. That's why Mayans call it Mayan hip ball. Though the exact rules of the game aren't known, it is generally believed that the game was played more or less like today's volleyball. Players wore helmets, pads, and thick protection around their midsection. The rubber balls they used varied in weight and size, from the size of a softball to a soccer ball. Solid rubber balls weighed up to 9 pounds and could cause serious injury or even death. Games were won mostly by a couple points. Losers get their head chopped off by the winners as a sacrifice to the gods. There are 1,300 ball courts scattered throughout Mesoamerica, and all of them have the same shape, and that is 2 sloping walls for the ball to bounce on, and a long narrow field and 2 end zones. The Spanish who observed the game reported horrendous injuries to those who played it, and deep bruising requiring lancing, broken bones, and even death when a player was hit in the head or by an unprotected hit by the heavy ball. There are still ball courts across Mesoamerica that you can still explore, and while you can't do much playing now at these historic sites, a slightly less gruesome version of the game called Ulama still survives and is played in Mexico today. The first game in the history of organized sports was the most dangerous. Still shocking to know the game was played for heads and you can only use your hips. No way you can convince me to play with my life on the line for a game just using my hips. Could you survive Mayan hip ball? Well guys, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching the most dangerous sport in the history of the world. I'll be back soon with more sports leaks, and as always, keep it crispy.